Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I'm back. It's all good news. Today, we're from the bottom to the top. Hello, and it's a very warm welcome to episode 134 of From the Bottom to the Top, as we try and take a National League South side from the bottom all the way up to the top of the Premier League. And I know I've been away for a while. We're back, and I do apologise because the computer decided it was going to throw a wobbly, completely blew out. Wouldn't start, wouldn't do anything, and we lost one of the drives as well, and we've had to basically replace it and rebuild it and get all the settings up to date and right and all the rest of it. And I'm been playing about with the audio. I'm just hoping the audio is right for you today. But we are back. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you 2 games plus an FA Cup 4th round draw for you today. As I say, we do have 2 games in the Premier League, match days 21 and 22, both at the new Bob Lucas, and the first game against Chelsea, second game against Manchester United. Can we improve on our 13th place in the Premier League table? Well, we will find out in due course, but before all of that, let's have the draw for the 4th round of the FA Cup. Having passed Stockport in the 3rd round, we get a choice draw to see if we can get through to the 5th round. Go and have a look. I'll hand you to Pass Mark. Well, thank you to Future Mark. And the draw for the English FA Cup 4th round, having gone past Stockport in the 3rd round. We now are one of 38 teams into the hat for 16 matches to be drawn. And the big boys are, of course, in it. So let's see who we get in this round. Can we get another team that can see us moving to the 5th round of the FA Cup? We will find out. And we are about to commence the draw. And you will see the teams in here. There are a number of ties still to be sorted out. Aston Villa and Wrexham, Leicester, Portsmouth, Preston, Stoke, Sheffield United, Charlton, Swansea, Bolton, Tottenham, Brentford are all still to be decided. Let's get it underway then. First team out is Leeds United. Will play Fulham, both in the Premier League. Huddersfield Town will play Swindon Town. Battle of the Towns. Preston or Stoke will face Everton. Preston or Stoke will face Everton. Everton, of course, relegated to the Championship. Nottingham Forest will play Crystal Palace. Nottingham Forest are at home to Crystal Palace. Bristol City will play Portsmouth or Leicester. Bristol City at home at Ashton Gate. Going well this season, will face Portsmouth or Leicester. Derby County, they're at home to Tottenham or Brentford. Wolves will face Fleetwood. Wolves facing Fleetwood. Bournemouth will face either Charlton or Sheffield United. Millwall will play Burnley. Millwall of the Championship playing Burnley, also of the Championship. Chelsea, got them next, of course. Will we face them? No. It's going to be an all-London derby. Chelsea will play Arsenal. Birmingham City will play Wigan Athletic. Hull, trip down the M6 for Wigan. Hull will play Manchester City. Some big ties coming out here. West Ham will face Manchester United. Another cracking tie. And Premier League's sides falling by the wayside here in round 4. we are out. We will be at the new Bob Lucas, but who will we pay? We're going to play Queen's Park Rangers of the Championship. Not many draws to go. Sunderland will play Wrexham or Aston Villa. Liverpool will play Bolton or Swansea. That is the draw for the fourth round of the FA Cup. We will face Queen's Park Rangers in that tie in the fourth round. I'll hand you back to future Mark. Well, thank you very much to past Mark. And yes, you will see Queen's Park Rangers, a fourth round FA Cup tie on Saturday, the 25th of January. And we're back at the Bob Lucas for that one. So future episode of that. In fact, next episode, it'll be West Ham and Queen's Park Rangers. We work our way through this. Of course, we do know that FM 26 is on its way. So this could well be our last season here at Weymouth. We need to battle our way through before FM 26 comes out. Just a recap of where we were last time out, losing 3-2 to Tottenham and beating Stockport by 4-2, while we tinker with the formation in order to try and get ourselves up the league table. We're not too bad. We've got 22 points from 20 games, which I guess is more than a point a game. We are some 6 points clear of Leicester, who are in 18th place. So a little bit of gap, 2 losses, but we could have 2 losses today. Chelsea, of course, and Manchester United, both in second and third, respectively. So it is going to be a difficult episode to take. Earlier in the season, Chelsea, we lost 4-1 at Stamford Bridge. Emre Goke, the only scorer for us. Manchester United, yeah, we won't talk about that. We'll just move swiftly on, I think. Hopefully not a repeat today, because that will dent, as much as anything else, will dent the old goal difference. That could mean a bit of difference at the end of the season. Right, we are in transfer window. I don't think, let's have a quick look. I really don't think there's been a lot of activity. I'm in the wrong bit, Mark. Let's have a look. Transfer history. This is where we want to be. See, we do have Ty Clark. He's a striker that we're hoping to bring in. You might hear some pinging. I'm going to turn the speakers off. I was going to say you might hear just some pinging going on. It's because the setup and the way we've got it done. It only downloads stuff as we use it, so you might get a ping going on. Elliot McNaughton has come in on the 7th of January. He's an under-21 player, and not really any importance, I don't think, at this stage to the team in general. So nobody come in since George Biles come in on a free transfer. Also ready to play, not going to fit for the full team yet. So we haven't made any major interactions with anybody coming into the full team just at this moment. So that's where we are with the transfers. I say nothing really going on. I will keep you up to date with anything as it happens. So let's get on with it. Let's get into it. Let's have the first game of the episode. We welcome Chelsea to the new Bob Lucas. Can we start the new era with the new computer in the right manner? Let's hope so. And here is the team that will face Chelsea at the new Bob Lucas in Premier League match day 21. Fedorishenko is in goal. One other thing just to mention, you may have noticed, not have noticed, some of the pictures changed. Like, I had to sort that all out as well, and finding the pictures we originally had for these players has been not easy. So you may see, it may look a bit different. I think it's changed completely. Joe, Olsen and De Bayo are defensive line. Pedersen and whoever are the wing backs, with O'Grady Macken sitting in that slot between the back three, and Daniel Batty in midfield. It's Twine and Goke are the wingers. Phil Seeger continues to lead the attack up front. And then on the bench, it is like this. Winterbottom, G, Patterson, Tanner, Lawrence, Russell Denny, Derry, Aponte and Wakachu. Here we are back at the new Bob Lucas. Drawn 2, 1-2, lost 1, playing our slightly revised formation. Chelsea have won 3, drawn 1 and lost 1 of the last 5, playing a flat back 4, 2 defensive midfielders, 3 attacking midfielders and 1 up front. Chelsea second on 46. We are 13th on 22. Better start. First highlight. 12 minutes in. Chelsea on the ball. Oh. Hi. Boney. Enzo. Back to James. Back at the minute. Olsen cuts that ball out. Emery. What's Emery going to do with this? Can Emery do something? He's not. He's lost it. Chilwell getting a boot in and taking it off him. Cross ball. Jackson. Danger man. In, cut this back. Oh, Carboni, it's gone for a corner, I think. Come off of De Bayo. Taken by Chilwell. Up. Arsenal beaten Manchester United in the early game. And that one headed over the top. Ported at the last minute here. Got himself into a position. Turned back. That one chipped in and... out by Batty. Whoever finds Goke to Macken through to Sega. He's gone wide of the post. And that's why we're looking to bring a striker in. Somebody with a bit of poise. Pulled the trigger, put it wide. Those chances need to be put away. Oh. Got Carboni. Long in. Joe heads that away. Twine will get there. Twine is round his man. And we're coming forward again. But Twine not having control of that ball. And James just takes it off him. Tito giving him too much space. Casido, good save by Fedorchenko. Those people looking forward to the new game mechanics when it comes out in FM26. Chilwell with the corner though. Before that one straight into the arms of Fedorchenko. The corner. 39 minutes on the clock. Chilwell crossed this one in. Sort of headed away, but not decisively. Castle now have taken the lead against Leicester. But Fedorchenko saves that one. Clock. Goal back against Liverpool. Chilwell with another corner. Can't help thinking. Carboni overhead kick. And I think it was Fedorchenko punched that wide. We are riding our luck here. Chelsea have absolutely peppered us. So far, we've thwarted it. But for how long? Headed away by De Bayo. Only as far as Carboni. Carboni crosses this in. Oof, headed back across goal. Muddick. Whoever wins it off him. Coming up to 45 minutes and Twine with a free kick. Couldn't get it on target. Half time has arrived. And as you will see, we have weathered what can only be described almost like a hurricane. 18 shots, 12 of which have been on target. They should have had 2 goals. And we've had 45... they've had 75% of the possession. We've had 2 shots. Both of them off target. That one from Twine and the... Sega shot that was well wide, 0.25 on the XG and 25% of the possession. Joe and Batty getting frustrated. What can you say? So far, we weathered the storm, but I don't think we can weather it for a whole another half. So we need to score a goal. And who knows? Can we just sneak it? And so here we are, 49 minutes on the clock. And Chelsea will throw in Enzo from way out over the top. Yet another. I don't know how many corners. We'll check it. Headed back in, but it's over the top. And as we're not getting anywhere, 3 players that have really not contributed a great deal to the game so far. Scott Twine, a 6.2 for him. He's not been playing well. I've replaced him with Travis Patterson. Daniel Batty. He was tired anyway, but he's not had a good game. Reece Russell-Denny replaces him. And finally up front, Phil Seeger just not really putting the ball in the back of the net. He's had 10 minutes of the second half, not made any inroads, and he's replaced by Wakachu. Yet another corner. 12 at the last count. That one headed over the top. A penalty's been blown for. I'm not quite sure why. VAR will look at it. And it is a penalty. Something happened in there. Fedorchenko saved this one. Enzo. Yes, he can. Oh, wow, boys and girls. Fedorchenko's had an absolutely outstanding day so far in the goal. I've just put the mockers on it. Enzo telegraphed this and Fedorchenko punched it wide. Chilwell with yet another corner. This one swung in, wobbling around there. Oh, my goodness me. And I'm not sure whether that was put back in. We'll see from behind. And Chelsea do take the lead on the hour mark. And Desai is the scorer. Chilwell, this ball across, headed away initially. Jackson heads it back across. Now, why did Joe put that back? He's just let that go out. Oh, my goodness. That was Joe's mistake. Putting it back into the danger area. Nine minutes on the clock. Edison to O'Grady Mackin. Back to Joe. Joe. Oh, that was a poor ball. Trying to find Goke. And Chilwell. We've dropped down to 14th as well, just to add insult to injury. That one over the top to Jackson. Oh, Fedorchenko made that easy for him. And they take a 2-goal lead. We've held them off for so long. But now they've made an incursion. We've hit the... Five on the clock. Mudrick. Anything. Ball. Scott has come on. Jackson again. He's still giving room. Oh, my goodness me. Jackson scores 2. And we're in a terrible state. Maybe relegation will be the end of this series. Got as far as we can. Off the bottom of whoever it was here. Joe, he's not had a good day. We'll take him off in a moment. And with 76, having conceded a 3rd goal from being holding them at bay. And, well, we've changed the formation up a little bit. I think we're going to go to positive as opposed to attacking. And we've made our final 2 changes. We've taken off Joe. He's had a decidedly poor day. His mistake led to the first or second goal. First goal, I think it was. From Desai, and we've taken him off, and we've also replaced Mads Pedersen, having a poor day out there. So Henry Lawrence comes on for Pedersen, and the other change that we've made, as I say, is we have replaced Joe with Billy G. First minute of 6 added on. Still well with the ball. Enzo. Casido. Well. Again, Scott is in. I think Fedorchenko got a hand to it, put it wide. Fedorchenko, despite 3 goals, has had an excellent day in goal. Well, with his umpteenth corner. Headed away this time. Decisively. Alex Scott's shot from the edge of the area again. Still well. Through to Scott. Scott takes 1 position and Fedorchenko makes himself big. It ends in defeat here at the new Bob Lucas. 3-0. Axel Desai on 60 minutes after Fedorchenko had saved from Enzo Fernandez from the penalty spot. But it wasn't to be. 10 minutes later, Nicholas Jackson. And 16 minutes later, Nicholas Jackson getting a brace. Which broke our hearts because we did play very, very well. And deservedly, Fedorchenko picking up a player of the match of 9.4. Had it not been for him, that scoreline would have been absolutely massive. If you look, they've had 32 shots, of which 20 have been on target. He has saved the bulk of those. They should have scored 5 goals by all accounts. Did absolutely nothing in that second half. We had 2 shots and 0.25 on the board at half time. We did absolutely nothing. We only gained 1% of possession as well. A torrid day at the new Bob Lucas. But now we face Manchester United. And the day's results, we have one other bit of news for you very, very shortly. We ended up in 15th place after that. Goal difference took a hammering. We are minus 15 goal difference. Sat on 22 points. Still 6 point difference down to Brentford, Leicester. West Ham a little bit further away, 10 points away. Need to maintain that gap, us and those bottom 3, if we are to survive this season. As I said, Arsenal beating Manchester United by 3 goals to 1. Rashford opened the scoring on 13 minutes, and then Arsenal came back 3 minutes later through Saka, and they managed to get in front. Other big games, of course, Chelsea beating us to maintain second place, 4 points clear of Manchester United now, and 4 points adrift of Arsenal, who are running away with the Premier League. They are holders as well. Other big scores at the top of the table there. Aston Villa 2-0 win over Sunderland to stay in 4th on 44 points. Newcastle beat Leicester by 3 goals to 1. Leicester in the relegation zone, doing us a favour in the meantime, and they are in 5th on 40 points. Liverpool, who only managed to beat Bournemouth by 3 goals to 2, have slipped 1 place on goal difference. They've slipped to 6th place. Manchester beating Tottenham by 3 goals to 0 today. Are in 7th on 39. They're 10 points clear of Brighton near the bottom as well. Brentford only managing a 0-0 draw against against Brighton. And West Ham once again losing, this time to London rivals Fulham. They remain at the bottom of the table. They do currently in real life. Right, it is 3 days to the game against Manchester United. Can we right things? Can we reverse the 7-0 thrashing that we got earlier in the season? I'm not sure. Well, here we are at match day, and the one bit of news I didn't give you, I did say there was a bit of other news. We have brought in another striker. Ty Clark has come in from Derby. We've paid a record sum for him. I do sincerely hope he can do something. Stuff up here, acceleration and pace was 16. It's dropped to 15, which is annoying. But his first touch is good. His finishing is reasonable, and his dribbling is reasonable. Technique is fairly good as well. So hopefully we will get something out of him. Whether he makes the start against Manchester United could be a different matter altogether. And here is the team that will face Manchester United in this Premier League match day 22. And, you will see we pretty much got a very similar side to what we had last time. Fedorchenko having a good day in goal last time out. Can he do the same again today? G, Olsen and Joe are defensive line. De Bayo dropping out of the side. In fact, out of the match day squad, Will Armitage coming in on the bench. G coming in to replace De Bayo. Reece Russell-Denny drops into defensive midfield position. That's because O'Grady Macken is not 100%. He's a little bit tired, so he's starting on the bench today. Patterson comes in as the left wing back. Lawrence moving out to the right. Batty continues in that central midfield role, but he is in there as a roaming playmaker, which gives him a little bit more authority to do what he likes to do. Derry is in on the left. He's replacing Goke today. Twine moving out to the right. Sager continues to lead the attack up front, albeit he was very, very poor last time. The bench this time out looks like this. It's Winterbottom, Armitage, Pedersen, Hannah, whoever. O'Grady Macken, Goke, Aponte, and making his debut on the bench, Ty Clark. Oh, back at the bottom, Lucas under the lights. Lost 2, 1-2, drawn one of our last 5 in the revised formation. Playing a 4-2-2-2 today, or 4-2-4, whichever way you look at it. Manchester United 3rd on 45. We're 15th on 22. Playing in all white tonight. Highlight inside the first minute. Patterson with throw into Batty. Reece Russell Denny. The Derry. Derry pulls it out to Lawrence. Lawrence, what's he going to do? He's going to have a shot. It's come back off the post. And a chance goes begging. Careful they don't catch us on the counter now. And Avrandi's all of this game so far. That's saved by Fedorchenko. Lotterbeck. Yeah. In Joe gets the header away, but he's convincing. Mason Mount, Frimpong. On goes on a run. Get this ball in. Ah, Anthony crosses it. Oof, wide. That put it wide. Mason Mount. Finding their feet a little bit. 29 minutes on the clock. Otterbeck. Back to Billy in the goal. Diaz. This ball back. Avramidis. All through to yes. Anthony chips it into Avramidis just as he was pulling the trigger. Olsen gets there, but I think Mainu got the shot away, but puts it wide. Free kick on the half hour mat. Rushford, Anthony. Balls come back off the woodwork and an offside. The referee had signalled for a penalty for a minute. He looks like Schlotterbeck brought down. Lawrence to Twine. Oh, poor ball. I'm not quite sure who that was to. Gave it away. Without mistakes like that. Through to Avramidis. And a fine save by Fedorchenko yet again. Up against Bournemouth. Headed away by Joe. This is out there. He's kept that in. Looked like it had gone over the line, but obviously not. We are on the ball. The attack again. Mainu is being a danger man. Anthony through to Avramidis. Fedorchenko getting a strong hand to it. Arrived. It's 0-0 at half time. Surprisingly, because they've had 10 shots. Admittedly, only 2 of them have been on target. A 1.28 on the XG. And 56% of the possession. We've had 44% of the possession and just 1 shot. Nothing on target to date. I'd like to get us 1 on target some point in the second half. Would be rather nice. And we're nearly 61 minutes on the clock, making 2 changes at this point in time. Ty Clark is on. He's best as an advance forward. Let's see what he can do up front. And our other change is Daniel Batty has come off and he's been replaced by O'Grady Macken. Corner, 64 minutes on the clock. First highlight of this second half. Avramidis is on the ball. Avramidis is into the area. It's cleared though upfield, but he gets on the end of it and they come again. Ortiz. Rella into the area, but Joe is there and equal to it. Twine trying to get underneath it, can't. Mason Mount, Otis, Frimpong. That ball, Derry. Tried very hard. Out into the area. Avramidis pulls it back for Frimpong. Frimpong back off the woodwork. I think it's gone for a corner actually, or is it goal kick? 72 minutes on the clock, making two changes at this junction time. One because Henry Lawrence has picked up an injury, a thigh injury. He's been replaced by whoever. And the other change that we've made is in on the right. Emre Goke. He's replaced Scott Twine. And with nearly 85 minutes on the clock, making a final change of the game. 0-0 still. And we've taken off Reece Russell-Denny, who has tired himself out. He's had a good day out there. But he's been replaced. So Grady Macken dropping into that defensive midfield role. And the other change that we have made... Sorry. So the change that we've made is Paul Aponte is on. And we've gone two up front alongside Ty Clark. And one of them get a winning goal. I don't know if those changes have been made, but gone for a corner on the other side. And it's all over. And we sort of avenged the 7-0 drubbing at Old Trafford earlier in the season because we have come out 0-0 against Manchester United. We've picked up a point. I will take that under the circumstances. Bit of a board draw, but Fedorishenko for the second game running has had a good game. But so did Charlie Olsen and Billy G in that defence. Reece Russell-Denny running the midfield as well. Hello, we got aliens now or something other going on. Yeah, all in all, not a massively bad day at the office. Early days, but we will take that. We only had one shot, though. Nothing on target. They had 25 shots, 6 of which were on target. Should have scored about 3 goals, but that man, Fedorishenko, he's had a good episode. And first of all, the bad news. Henry Lawrence picking up a gashed upper leg. He'll be out for 5 to 8 days. But that's not... really, really bad news, I guess, in the scheme of things. This is how this evening's games have gone. Arsenal 0-0 against Sunderland. They remain top of the table. Just 2 points clear now of Chelsea, who beat Crystal Palace by 2-1. They close the gap at the top. Manchester United only picking up a point this evening against us, of course. They are in third on 46. 6 points adrift of Chelsea now. And Manchester City picking up a 5-1 win against bottom side West Ham. That makes life that little bit more difficult for them at the bottom of the table there. Manchester City moving up to 5th on 42. Southampton 1-0 winners over Leeds. They are in 9th on 27 points. Leeds 15th on 22. Our 0-0 draw against Manchester United means we climb to 14th place on 23 points, just behind Crystal Palace on goal difference. And now we are some 7 points clear of the relegation zone. Brentford, Leicester and West Ham down the bottom end there, albeit Brentford and Leicester both have a game in hand. So I don't want to count our chickens before they've hatched, so to speak. Right, well, hope you've enjoyed the episode. We are going to come back. We're playing bottom of the table side, West Ham. A 4-2 win against them earlier in the season at the Bob Lucas. This time we are at the London Stadium, or the Trevor Brooking Stadium, whichever you call it. I don't even call it Trevor Brooking Stadium, but there you go. 4-2. Can we pick up some points there this time out? I'd like to think so, if we can. And it's a 4th round tie against Queen's Park Rangers, who we have played twice before in the Championship, beating them 6-0 at the Bob Lucas and 3-1 at Loftus Road. I think it's still Loftus Road. Is it still Loftus Road, or is it called something else now? Down here somewhere. I can't see it. But anyway, we'll find out for sure where they play before we go there. Oh, no, we're not going there. They're coming to us. But it really doesn't better from that point of view. So yeah, that's what's coming up in the next episode. So I hope you can join me for that. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode though, and it's great to be back. We'll try and get back to regular videos now, leading up to FM 26, of course, which will be out very, very soon. As soon as we've got some news about when it's going to be out, you will have that news. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode though. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes of From the Bottom to the Top, and indeed our other series, Going Dutch, which is coming to an end. It's the penultimate episode coming up next Tuesday, and obviously we'll keep you up to date as they are released. We're going to do something a bit funky with Going Dutch, just to take us up to FM 26. More about that on the episode next Tuesday, so look out for that. New episodes, bottom to the top. Hopefully now we're back on track. Now we've sorted out the computer and things. Every Thursday at 4:15 p.m. And the best way of keeping up to date what's happening on the channel, follow me on X at JustOffside2. Lets you know when my computer's gone pop, things like that. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It's been episode 135. See you then. Till then, goodbye.